and welcome to another episode of A Talk of Opportunity. This is Jose, and with me as always, Andrew.
Ah!
We had a stressful night, and today we're talking about The Artificer.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry for anyone that had to hear that. Yes.
We're talking about The Artificer.
Yes.
Or more like, I'm talking about The Artificer because you didn't do any research.
Artificer, more like Fartificer.
I'm sorry you had to listen to that. We had to deal with a bunch of technical difficulties for the past hour.
I am like the embodiment of stress right now.
It's okay. I'll get to tell you a little bit about The Artificers.
But first, some stress relief. Wait,
yes.
Hold on. Ooh. You want to take a guess what mine is?
That it's a. Oh, you'd be drinking right now. Is it an IPA?
Actually, no, it's not. I haven't had an IPA in a while.
Huh? Is that a Fat Tire?
Nope.
What is it?
It's another Sam 76.
Oh, nice.
I actually can't get enough of this. I think this might be my favorite Samuel Adams. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot because they're
Are you being more of a basic?
No. I was actually on the look for one specific beer. And it was a Kona Big Wave by Kona Brewing. Huh. Yeah, and I couldn't find it. They had their longboard lager, which is okay, but I wasn't really in the mood for it. And then they had something called the Hanale, which was their IPA, and I'm like, I don't want an IPA. Yeah, I wanted their golden ale. It was like right in the middle of like bitter and sweet, but they didn't have it. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Samuel Adams. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the mantra today.
That's the lesson for today.
Yes. Life lessons with a talk of opportunity.
Yeah, they're not that helpful, but they're there.
This one is.
All right, Andrew, my turn. See if you can guess which one this is.
A good thing.
What can you guess what this is?
Okay. Is it another Arizona?
No.
Oh,
that was a bottle.
Oh, that was a bottle. Okay, I thought it was like the. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a clue.
Give me like the most esoteric clue. Like what color is the bottle cap?
I'm gonna give you one word.
Okay.
Pahoehe.
Is that a Kona?
Yep.
You're having a Kona? Is it the longboard lager?
It is the longboard lager.
Yes. There's something about the longboard lager where it's like it's not the best beer, but man, it just hits a spot.
Yep. It's pretty good. It's a good lager. Ugh. It's it kind of. Have you had Malta before?
Yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of Malta. I don't know why. It has like that little bit of a aftertaste that Malta leaves behind. Which Malta is just malt.
Yeah. There's something about the Kona like brand where it's like they don't make like their beers are not going to blow your hair back, but they're not about that. They're all about like just kicking back and having a good time. And I think their beers are like the perfect like Florida summer beers.
Yeah, or Hawaiian.
Well, I mean, because we fucking live in Florida, people. So
what we do?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii. I heard they love Spam a lot, which good for them because Spam is delicious.
Spam is a bomb.
I'm probably gonna get some hate for that because like Spam's either like a love it or hate it kind of thing.
Dude, Spam is great. I don't know why people will hate it so much.
Spam is fucking awesome. If you haven't had an open faced sandwich with pan fried Spam and an egg, you ain't living.
Oh man, now I'm hungry.
Speaking of hungry, no, wait, that doesn't lead into.
That's not a good segue. All right. So
speaking of hungry, Jose, go.
The Artificer. All right, Andrew. So let me ask you, how much do you know about the Artificer?
I know enough to know that I know nothing.
Okay, good.
That means that you're a wise man. I believe that was Socrates that said that.
Sure,
no,
let's go with
that. The only thing I know about Artificers was the very brief interaction I had with your little goblin artificer for the Christmas campaign.
Yeah.
And apparently from what I learned is that they can make +1 weapons out of literally anything.
You're not that far off. So, the Artificer. They came officially for 5e in the Eberron out of the Last War book.
Mm-hmm. It was Socrates. Wow. Sorry.
Wow. It's not like I'm talking over here or anything. Ignoring me.
Wow. I wasn't ignoring you. You said they're in a 5e Eberron book. Jose, I'm sorry. Come back.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
All right. So these guys essentially they're spellcasters, but they're more thematic in the sense that they're scientists. Okay. So their magic is science, right? So
but is it just magic science that we haven't understood yet?
I knew that was coming. I kind of like
you're like their magic is more based on science. He's gonna fucking say it.
Yeah, pretty much. But in a sense, like the theme behind it is they can imbue. The main thing is that they can imbue objects with magic and stuff like that. But the way that you will translate that into the Eberron lore and the Artificer itself is that you're gonna make a +1 armor. You just find a piece of metal and you like nail it down to the front of a breastplate. You know what I mean?
Now, here's the thing. Yeah. Here's a real question. Is anything when it's +1, +2, what have you, is that considered magical or just sharper and tougher?
We'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So these guys are intelligent-based casters.
No, probably no surprise there.
Right. And obviously you follow with con or dexterity depending on what you want to do.
Okay.
Not a big deal there. Their main thing is that they're tinkerers. They have proficiency with certain equipment that you usually wouldn't what's it called? You wouldn't use or think of when you're making another character, like thieves' tools. You know, the tinker's tools.
Really?
They're on alchemist a kit. Later on, you get like.
Are they able to pick locks?
They can.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So very quickly, let me go down through like the main Eberron book, like before we get to the specialists, because they're called specialists, or artificial specialists. So, at level 1, you get magical tinkering.
Okay.
Which essentially what it is you can grab small things and imbue them with quote unquote magic to do little cool shits, right?
Okay.
Excuse me. For example, you can make an object shed bright light, 5-foot radius. You can have the same object play back a recorded message. You know, you can have it continuously emit some sort of like smell or non-verbal sound, like wind and waves and stuff like that. Or like a static visual image that just shows up.
So it's kind of like a technological version of prestidigitation, or am I thinking of thaumaturgy? Exactly. One of the two.
Both, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey.
Yeah. So right. Yeah, and the way I imagine is that these guys have a bunch of like mechanical bits and pieces, and they're just like crafting all this stuff together in the post-apocalypse, and they make an object out of pieces from other objects.
Is Eberron post-apocalyptic?
Technically, yes. I mean, in this book, they just got out of like the last war. That's what they call it. So everything's like went to shit, and essentially the Warforged or the Terminators, like, you know, they didn't take over, but they fought for their independence and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Terminator. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Also, level 1, you get a couple cantrips. I think you start with 2. Let me confirm that. Yeah, you start with 2 cantrips and 2 level 1 spells.
Now, do they get their own cantrips and spells, or are they like?
Yes,
is it coming
they have an artificer spell list. I'm going to highlight some of the cantrips that you can get. You can create bonfire, dancing lights, firebolt, guidance, mage hand, magic stone, poison spray, ray of frost, shocking grasp. So some damage dealing going on, which is mainly
that seems to be like a little pick and choose between some of the classes, because I believe isn't guidance a cleric cantrip?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these guys are they were very sought after during the war in Eberron because they essentially can make things happen. Really, like they just make things happen. Okay. So their whole thing, they can go either full offensive and like mess your shit up, or they can support the army by building certain things, which we will get to in a little bit.
I just read the description for Magic Stone, and that's funny.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No, where is it?
It's okay. I just googled it because it's on D&D Beyond. It's you touch 1 to 3 pebbles and imbue them with magic. You or someone else makes a ranged spell attack with one of the pebbles by throwing it or hurling it with a sling. If thrown, it has a range of 60 feet. It blah blah blah, and then it says on a hit, it does 1d6 plus your spellcasting modifier. So it's literally just picking up a rock, like take this fucker, and then like flinging it at him.
Pretty much. It's just like very crafty, ingenious people. You know, that's what an artificer is.
I can see that being flavored in such a way that they're grabbing like literal nuts and bolts out of their bag.
Yeah. And then they're maybe like sharpen it a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Or just like do a little bit of magic in it, and it like the screw always lands on the sharp end. So
yeah. And then we get to the main thing, which I like about the artificers, is infused items.
Now that's the making of the +1s and the whatnot.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, can you hear the sound of the page turning?
Yes.
Ah, shit, I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. If you do it as I'm talking, I can just edit that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Infused item. That's the main thing for the artificers.
Okay.
You get it at 2nd level, and essentially you imbue mundane items with certain magical infusions. The infusions depends on your level, and it's just like any other class, there's a big table with how many infusions you know, and how many infused items you can have at the same time. So for example, at level 2, you can have 4 infusions, or you can know 4 infusions, and you can have 2 infused items.
So does that mean they can make 4 infusions and they can only equip 2 of them, or they can only have 2 like active in the world altogether?
Right, active in the world altogether. They don't have to equip it. They can give it to somebody else.
Okay, so are these infusions different, or are they just like a +1?
There's a bunch of them, and I'm gonna go over all of them.
Okay.
Because they're very entertaining, and some of them come in at later levels because they have like level requirements, and some of them are for specific items, so it can't just be like random shit.
Here's a little fun fact for you. The Artificer was the first appearance of the Artificer was as a wizard subclass in AD&D.
Oh wow! It goes all the way back to that, huh?
Yep. It was super specific. You had to be a gnome arcane spellcaster.
Which kind of makes sense because yeah, that's good. Yeah, like they can't do magic, but we can create shit that makes magic.
Yeah, make something from nothing.
Yeah. And all this stuff happens during a long rest. You know, you can infuse items.
Hit me with some of these infusions.
Wait, no. Yeah, we'll get to that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's jump to the infusions. That makes sense because
hold on there, Eager McBeaver. We'll get there.
Okay, so item infusions.
All right.
So I'm gonna go down the list and tell me which one catches your eye or your ear, really.
Okay.
So Boots of the Winding Path.
Okay, keep going.
It's a enhanced arcane focus, enhanced defense, enhanced weapon, homunculus servant, radiant weapon, repeating shot, replicate magic item, repulsion shield, resistant armor, returning weapon. That's it.
Okay, so some of these I can kind of surmise exactly what they do. Like returning weapon, I imagine it's probably like an Eldritch Knight thing where they can just recall a weapon. Don't correct me if I'm wrong there, because you're going to anyways. But the thing that enhance arcane focus, what does that entail?
So enhanced arcane focus is just like enhancing a weapon. When holding an item, the creature gains +1 bonus to their spell attack rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the creature ignores half cover.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the cool one is you can replicate magic items.
Now, what's the limitation on that?
There's tables. There's specific tables of things you can do.
Okay.
And they're all separated by level. So at level 2, you can do a bag of holdings, which,
Hold the phone. Wait a second.
Yeah.
At level 2, you can make a bag of holding.
Yep.
Oh.
You can also make goggles of night for our friend Howard, who always plays a human.
Hey, I played a human one time. I don't want to hear it. Okay. I played a human one time and I had a lot of fun. So I had a lot of fun screaming and wailing in the dark
and suffocating.
Thrashing around. Yeah. Well, we're not going to. You didn't have to bring that up, but okay.
Oh, man. Using this infusion, you replicate a particular magic item. And you can learn this infusion multiple times. Each time you do so, choose a magic item. So every time you learn this infusion, because you get one at every level, you make one of these things that you want.
Now, is this something that's kind of like the weird druid wild shape where you have to like look at the item first, or you just like know it right off the bat?
That's a good question, actually.
Because I mean, I can understand. I mean, I can get it if like the artificer, like who's supposed to be the tinkerer, kind of knows how to make these things. But I think it would also be pretty neat if they just like, it wouldn't have to be something like the party comes across it, because if they come across the goggles at night, guess what? They have a goggles at night. They're probably not going to need more than one. But if like maybe like a rival adventurer or something like that had one, they're like, oh hey, and they like an idiot savant kind of thing, just immediately like picks up everything about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, it doesn't specify.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So you just know how to make these things. Let me see. All the way to high, the 14th level, you can make an amulet of health, belt of hill giant strength, boots of levitation,
shit,
boots of speeds, bracers of defense, cloak of the bat, dimensional shackles, gem of seeing. Yeah, you can make ring of free action, ring of protection, ring of the ram. Ring
of the room.
Room. Yes, I have a room inside this ring.
It's a Blu-ray copy of the room.
No, don't do it. You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
I am fed up with this world.
Oh shit!
It's something to watch while you're taking a long rest.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, even at level 6, you can get some pretty cool, nifty things. Lantern of revealing, pipes of haunting, ring of water walking. Cloak of the manta ray.
Now hold on. Let's not like just kind of dimensional shackles and just kind of run away with that, because that's something that that's what, level 4, right? 14,
sorry.
Oh, level 14. Never mind. Yeah. I thought you said I was level 4. I'm like, wait.
No. Level 14.
Never mind.
I mean, at level 2, you can make a bag of holdings. That's nothing to scoff at,
No, it's really not. Just don't put any living thing inside of it, because it does say that there's only a limited amount of air inside the bag of holding. So...
yeah, so those are some of the cool things that you can make with it. You can have a homunculus servant. There's a table for that too. I mean, a stat block for it.
That is now is that the same homunculus from the monster manual?
Let's see.
That weird little pygmy looking dude.
No. You learn intricate. This is a. Oh yeah, it is a tiny construct, neutral.
Ugh, God, those things look awful.
Yeah.
Now that acts as a familiar, right?
You determine the homunculus appearance. Some artificers, blah, blah. The homunculus is friendly to you and your companions, and it obeys your command. See this creature's game statistics in the homunculus, blah, blah, blah. In combat, the homunculus shares your initiative. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it regains 2d6 hit points. Cool.
When does it regain 2d6 hit points?
When using amending spells on it. Okay. Because it's a construct.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't have health.
Yeah. So that's like the main juice of the what's it called of the artificer, because essentially by the time you are level, you're level 6, you already have 3 infused items, and if you make yourself essentially a +1 weapon, +1 armor, and a +1 shield, you know what I mean?
Yeah. At level 6, having all that crap is you're kind of ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah, big time. I think all the way onto like level 8. Really, that's when you start getting like all these cool items.
Yeah, that's most as far as I know from my knowledge. Most adventures don't start giving you the really cool stuff until like around like 7 or 8, like near the end of it, where it's like, here's all this cool shit.
You're like, we're already at the end.
Yeah. Yay! Thanks for thanks for the stuff like at the 11th hour. It's not like we could have used this.
It's like when you 100% a game and it gives you this like crazy weapon that you can't use because you already beat the game.
Yeah, exactly. Or even worse, when the game gives you a weapon after like the end of the game, quote unquote, like the credits have already rolled, but there's like a open world thing that's like, oh, here's this awesome weapon. You're like, oh, that's cool. That would have been handy. Yeah. During the last boss fight. No, it's fine. No, I love it. So
wow, this is useless. That's essentially what you do to us.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, but those are some of the infused items that you can do. After that, at level 3, you choose your specialist or specialism, I guess. Specialist. Between alchemist, artillerist, and battlesmith, and I'll go over those in a little bit.
Okay.
But then after that, level 3, you get the right tool for the job. And all it does is that you can essentially create a set of artisan tools that you need.
Like what?
Like any artisan tools.
Oh! I thought you said artificer tool. Sorry, my bad.
No. Artisan tools. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like the calligraphy set, or
yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I mean that's. I that seems more like flavor to me, but that is still pretty neat that you can have.
Yeah, I mean it's an extra thing you get at level 3. You know. Yeah. And then you get level 6 tool expertise, which essentially means that I'm doing it again. Damn it.
That's okay. That's all right.
It's essentially your proficiency bonus doubles.
This is one of those things. This is okay. So your proficiency bonus doubles on everything, or just on certain things?
No, with whatever tools you're proficiency with.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, because you're getting better at your craft, essentially.
So let me ask you, where right now, just before we really get into like the meat and potatoes of this, where do you see this working in a party?
What do you mean where I see like where's the stand as it is right now?
Yeah, like what's the party dynamic?
This is at this point, I see a low level artificer being really good as a AoE support character. So area of effects support character.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Storm Herald Barbarian a bit, just a tiny bit.
Yes. Because they can do damage, but they're not the toughest ones to go out and hit things.
Okay.
And they don't start shining until level 3 when they get the artificer specialist.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll go over those in a little bit.
All right.
Stay tuned after this message from our sponsors.
Yeah, stay tuned after these messages.
Then at level 7, you get Flash of Genius, which all you do is it gives you the ability to add your intelligence modifier to an ability check or saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're so smart.
Okay, so that's well, I mean, as an intelligence-based spellcasting class, that should no doubt be your highest stat.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. What were we gonna say?
No, like this is the stat. This is the one that's going to carry you through the whole thing.
And And from what I've gathered, because the other two stats that it tells you to buff up a bit are Constitution and Dexterity. It seems like your pure output is just intelligence, like intelligence based stuff.
Yep.
So,
at level 10, you get Magic Item Adept, which means that you can attune to up to 4 magic items at once.
Okay.
Then at level 11, a Spell Sorting Item, which all it means is that you can imbue an item with a spell, and then anybody can use it.
Oh, so it's like a ring of spell storing. That's
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool because it's like, hey, I found this rod and I'm putting a fucking lightning bolt in it. Here you go. Use it for whenever we're in a tight spot.
Hey, here's this ring that has Death Ward in it. Why do I need that? Just trust me on this.
Just trust me. Just keep it close.
Just take the fucking ring.
Now I wonder, can you sell this and make that like your main business?
There is probably a black market in Eberron.
But here's the thing, like unless you're level 20, your items are like once you're imbued another item, like after you get to like a certain, I think at level 14 is 5. So if you imbue a 6 item, whoever you sold your first item to, like the magic just fades.
No. Okay. So here's what you do. You tell them, hey, there's 5 uses of, I don't fucking know, Cloud Kill. Who knows? There's 5 uses of Cloud Kill in this thing. You're like, oh, sweet. So they use it like the first like 2 or 3 times to take out their enemies. And then so it's just enough to build up their confidence. And they're like, haha, you've activated my trap card. And then like nothing, like whomp, like nothing comes out of it.
Hey, that's what you get for buying in the black market, man.
Yeah, hey, you get what you pay for,
Oh, man. After that, Magic Item Savant, which you can tune to 5 magical items now. At level 18, you get Magic Item Master, which you can attune up to 6 magic items.
Hold on. I just realized something.
Oh, wait, and you ignore class, race, spell, and level requirement for attuning.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. Can you only attune to 1 magic item at a time?
I think it's 2 for most classes.
I'm gonna hold on. Wait, you keep talking. I'm gonna look that up because
I'm pretty sure it's 2 unless there's like something specific to tell you otherwise.
Because if so, I got some rude fucking awakenings for my players and Curse of Strahd.
Wait, who's attuned to magical items like that many magical items?
I know Lilith is attuned to 1, Small Jax is attuned to 1, and I think Taloxi is attuned to 1, but hold on. because these people can't be fucking decked out to the 9s for the final battle. Anyways, keep going. Yeah, just see Small Jax with like 8 chains of like
8 chains of extra action.
Yeah, exactly. No. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians again.
And then finally, level 20, you get Soul of the Artifice, which gives you +1 to all your saving throws per magical item that you are currently attuned to. So if you're attuned to 6 magical items, you get a +6 to all your saving throws.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
And also, you can sacrifice an infusion in one of your items to not die.
Sorry, +1 underwear. I need this.
Well, I see a little bit of more of, like I said, it's like Horcrux or what is it?
Phylactery.
Phylactery, right? Like you put a little bit of your soul into crafting that item, and you're like, nope, and you just take it back.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So, the creature, an item can only attune to 1 creature at a time, and a creature can be attuned to no more than 3 magic items at once. All right, fine.
3. Okay,
fine. So you only get 3 extra chains of extra action.
So what I'm hearing is that we're gonna give all of our items to the wall. He's just gonna go fight Strahd.
the wall is evolving. Dun 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 dun. Like he's evolved into the Iron Curtain.
with a sunblade. All right.
Gosh.
Now let me tell you a little bit about the alchemist. I mean, the artificer specialist. The first one down is the alchemist. As you might guess, this is just the guy who knows how to make the cool potions, and he's just carrying around like that belt, the over belt with like all the little like vials and like pieces of like glass containers.
Yeah,
clean.
Yeah. The Batman belt. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Let me read you the flavor for this one.
Yeah, because you need a shark repellent spray. No, I get it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's always useful.
Yeah, it's never not useful.
Exactly. So
why do we need shark repellent spray? There's no sharks here. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it just proves. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So the alchemist. An alchemist is an expert at combining reagents to produce mystical effects. Alchemists use their creations to give life or to leech it. Alchemy is the oldest of an artificial traditions and is versatile and its versatility as long. Oh my God! Please kill me. Alchemy is the oldest artificial tradition, and its versatility has long been valued during times of war and peace. It is late, people. It is way past my bedtime.
It's late. It's way past your bedtime, and we had a real bitch of a time getting this thing set up. So
it'll get better. I promise.
So here's a fun fact. Do you know how alchemy got started?
That people were trying to make gold.
They thought they were trying to make gold, and all they found out and all they found out they could do is that they can make pee glow. That was it. And they're like, behold, it's gold.
Put that meme, the Stunks meme, but with science. Science. All right. So level 3, when you first pick the alchemist, you get proficiency in alchemist supplies. Which, duh.
Yeah.
You also get alchemist spells, and you have these spells prepared at all times. At level 3, you get healing word and ray of sickness. So once again, a spell that gives and a spell that harms.
Like alchemy.
Like alchemy.
The what's it?
You should have played God, brother.
This God, what's the law? The law of equivalent exchange.
Exchange, yeah.
Yeah.
At level 5, you get flaming sphere and Melv's acid arrow.
Wait
that one is both hurt.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's not equivalent exchange.
wrong type of alchemy.
Wait a minute.
At level 9, you get gaseous form and mass healing ward. All right, it's balancing out a little bit.
Yeah.
Level 13th, you get blight and death ward.
Okay,
bro, blight, Jesus.
Blight is no joke, man.
Yeah. And then level 17, you get cloud kill and raise the dead.
Cloud kill always like cracks me up.
It's just a fart.
It's literally just a really bad fart that like slowly it moves 10 feet per round, so it slowly makes its way towards you.
You cast it and it's like wait. Just wait for it. You'll get it eventually.
And the barbarian's like, what? Oh,
Jesus!
I could taste it. Ugh.
It's like the comedy sketch where like the guy farts and then he just stares, waiting for people to actually smell it.
Wait for it. It just and it's like what 12d6 poison damage or however much cloud kill makes. Just
yeah, dude. All right. And then the main event of the alchemist is your experimental elixir. So once per long rest. I don't like the
sound of that.
So once per long rest, you can produce an experimental elixir in an empty flask you touch. You get to roll for this, Andrew. Do you want to roll me a d6?
Sure. Let me get my d6 out. Give me just a second. I could see like after a long rest, like this little gnome guy just like walks up to like the fighter or something like that, or to the fighter and is like, "Here, drink this." It's like, why? It's for science. Just
just drink it.
Yeah, I just want to take notes. All right, I'm gonna roll it. I got a 2.
At 2, the elixir is an elixir of swiftness. The drinker's walking speed increased by 10 for 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of these are helpful actually. Boldness, fight, and transformation. Not fight, flight. So if you roll a 6, you get a flight elixir. The drinker gains a flying speed of 10 for 10 minutes. If you roll a 4, the drinker can roll a d4 and add a number to every attack roll and saving throw they make for the next minute. Resilience, which, just make it tougher. Healing.
I rolled a 3.
A 3? That's resilience.
Oh, okay. All right. You were talking about it.
If you roll a 6, the drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, the effects of which last for 10 minutes. That's probably like the most funky one.
Well, I mean, it really all depends on, because alter self is very forgiving on what you can do with it. Because it's essentially like a free disguise kit, but you can also change things too.
Right. So and just so you know, one thing with the Artificer is that whatever tools you're using, they're essentially your focus.
You can change things too. Of course you can. It's called fucking alter self, Andrew. God. I mean, like, you could change, like, give yourself like more like combat options. Anyways. Okay, so your tools are your combat focus. So like a wrench is your arcane focus now?
Well, in this case, your alchemist supplies is your focus.
Oh, okay.
Because again, you're using those tools to create the magic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, which brings me to my next one, which is alchemist event. You add your intelligence modifier to rolls created by a spell using your alchemist supplies as a focus. So essentially, you can use your intelligence added to a modifier created by any spells that you create as an alchemist.
Hold on, but I'm sorry.
Yes.
Wait. Can you repeat that back to me? Because you kind of confused me there.
So you get to add your intelligence modifier to a roll created by a spell that you used your alchemist supplies as a focus.
But aren't you already adding your intelligence modifier to stuff?
No.
Okay. Oh, you mean like extra damage and whatnot?
Yeah. Like damage or saving throws or anything like that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Because I was like, wait a minute, that's the whole fucking point of having.
No. Earlier is for ability checks and saving throws. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is for the specific spell. So if the spell says roll 2d6, then you add a 4 plus or whatever your intelligence modifier is.
Oh, I see.
And then at level 9, you get restorative reagents. Damn.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Thanks. And you can add healing elements to your experimental elixirs, essentially. So.
I'm sorry, what was that? You kind of cut out.
Oh, so starting at level 9, you can incorporate restorative restorative reagents into some of your work. So whenever a creature drinks an experimental elixir you created, that creature gains temporary hit points equal to 2d6s plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh shit, that's pretty. That's cool.
Yes,
so it's like a weird like semi potion of healing thing.
Yes, and you can also cast a lesser restoration without spending a spell slot or without preparing the spell, provided you use the alchemist supplies as a spell casting focus.
You know this. You know what this feels like to me now that I'm starting to realize it, because I've been saying, oh, so that's like this, or this is like that. I'm starting to realize that the Artificer is like your mom saying, no, we have food at home. When you're asking for McDonald's, like it's not quite the same thing, but it gets the job done.
And the way I would play this is that every like elixir that this guy makes, it's just slightly off. Like a healing potion is like bright red usually. But this one's like just like muddy and a little dark. It heals you. It tastes like shit, It may make you throw up, but it still heals you.
Yeah, this is like the store brand. Like the name brands like Healthos or something like that. And yours is like healing poultice or something like.
Yeah, I mean, which essentially, it's what this guy makes. It's he's in the middle of battle, in the middle of like exploring or whatever, and he just happens to realize that this one mushroom just healed this one ant or whatever, and grabs the mushroom, puts some water, some leaves for flavoring, a little bit of blood for coloring, mixes it all together, and boom, it creates a healing elixir.
I use blood for coloring. Don't worry, they haven't discovered hepatitis yet, so you're fine.
Exactly.
So
this guy's a complete mess, but it works. Okay.
This is literally like MacGyver, where it's like the dude made a rocket out of like some strings and a squirrel.
Right. Which is okay. which is how I would play it personally. That kind of like visual. But if you think about it, have you seen Big Hero 6?
Yes.
The girl with the purse, and she presses the buttons and all the chemicals come out and make like a specific bowl, and it's like,
oh, is that Honey Lemon?
I guess.
I think that's what her name was. Anyways, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like that. That's what you could play like that too. You just know what all these chemicals do.
I know everything.
I know all the things. Then, at level 15, you have reached the mastery of chemicals.
Ooh.
You gain resistance to acid and poison damage, and to the poison conditioned. And you can cast greater restoration and heal without using the spell slot.
I imagine the resistance to acid is just because you have like so much scar tissue.
Yeah.
You're just like someone's like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, don't you feel that? You're like, oh
shit! And just like checks it out.
No, I guess not. I kind of lost feeling in my fingers after a while.
Man, you gotta use gloves next time, dude.
Nah, that's all right.
Yes, that's the Alchemist. What do you think?
I'm kind of digging it. It seems more support.
Yeah.
But in a weird kind of chemical way.
Yeah.
It's support, but this seems very much like a mad scientist kind of like the stereotypical. They have a bottle of bubbling green stuff in the background or something like that, and there's and their servant sounds like, but master, so
that, or you can just play it as the water boy. You hate Gatorade. I love the purity of the water.
Water sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah, oh, man. Right. So, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
The artillerist. So, this one is obviously a little bit more offensive.
No shit. It's got the word artillery in it.
Yep. Let me read you the flavor.
Please do.
An artillerist specializes in using magic to hurl energy projectiles and explosions on the battlefield. This destructive power was valued by all the armies of the last war. Now that the war is over, some members of this specialization have sought to build a more peaceful world by using their powers to fight the resurgence of strifes in Corvovir. The gnome Artificer V, an unlikely yet key member of the House of Cannith Warforged project, has been especially vocal about making things right. It's about time we fix things instead of blowing them all to hell.
Ah, lame. All right, fine.
Don't worry, it's not actually lame, because
okay.
The first thing you get is a woodcarver's tool. But why? Why do you need a woodcarver's tool if you're an artillerist?
Don't worry, guys. It's not all lame. We can make cabinets.
Hold on. Ask me why you need a woodcarver's tool.
But Jose, why would you need a woodcarver's tool?
To make a fucking cannon. Why not?
I'm sorry?
A cannon.
Could you run that one by me again?
To make a fucking cannon.
Out of wood? Out of wood. Wait.
I'm sorry, to be more specific, an eldritch cannon.
One more time for the people in the back. I don't think they heard that.
An eldritch cannon!
Okay, so when you said Eldritch Cannon, I immediately imagine a gnome holding a cannon like under his arm, like a little tiny baby cannon, and it shoots out tentacles. Now, how far off am I on that?
You're not that far off, my friend.
That is terrifying. Let's go.
All right. So at third level, excuse me. I'm reading the wrong thing. Hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes and at the book at the same time. At third level, you learn to create a magical cannon using your wood carver's tools or smith's tools. Whichever one you have.
I was about to say, like, how can you? I mean, you can make a cannon out of wood, but it's like a one-time use thing.
Not this one because it's magical. So this blah blah blah. You can take an action to magically create a small or tiny eldritch cannon in an occupied space on a horizontal surface within 5 feet of you.
Now, what defines tiny? Like, are we talking like a little?
You can hold it in your hand.
Yeah, but is it like a little like desktop model of a cannon?
Like, if you can hold it in your hand, yeah.
Okay.
Once you create a cannon, you cannot do so again until you finish a long rest.
I just had the image of like a Looney Tunes style, like a dragon coming up to the artillerist, being like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And it just like blows the dude away with like a little tiny baby cannon in the palm of his hand, like complete with like the blown back hair and everything. I'm like, anyways, go on.
Oh, here's more.
Okay.
When you create the cannon, you determine its appearance and whether it has legs or not.
Okay. What kind of legs?
Obviously, this cannon can move, so.
Oh my fucking god! It's gonna have very disturbingly human hairy legs. Like, that's what my cannon's gonna have.
I was just going with like, I was just going with like really creepily like, what's the name of that? Fuck, the creepy tall dude with the suit.
Jack Skellington?
Slenderman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, same thing.
Or really tiny, stout, like doggy feet.
How horrifying. Think about it. You're in the thick of battle. Okay, you're just like an orc fighter or something like that, and you're chopping down foes left and right, and all of a sudden in the middle of a battlefield, you see a little gnome tinkerer being followed around by a cannon with human legs.
Wait, hold on. Like, human legs, which are regular human size, but the cannon is tiny.
The cannon's really tiny. Oh fuck me! I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm going home.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done killing right now.
Yeah, just like drop your battle axe. Like, you know what? I think
I knew this was gonna be my retirement. I'm out.
War has changed.
You hear the guy in the background. War never changes.
War has changed.
The cannon walks in front of him like, oh, fuck. Anyways, so the cannon you create obviously has hit points and all this stuff.
War never changed. What the fuck is that?
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
It acts on your... Oh, excuse me. It acts on your initiative, and it can move 60 feet, essentially.
Wow.
Hold on. You can take bonus actions to cause the cannon to activate if you're within 60 feet of it. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. You can activate it if you're within 60 feet of it.
Now, is it like by a drawstring, or is it magic, or
it's magic? It's magic.
Oh damn! I wanted.
If you want it to be like a really long string, that'd be fantastic too.
You just like pull the cork out. And
okay, so there's 3 types of cannons that you can make.
This class is already fucking wacky. I can't take it. Go on.
The first one is a flamethrower, a force ballista, or a protector cannon.
You can make a fucking flamethrower.
Yeah. So the flamethrower excels fire in an adjacent 50-foot cone that you designate. Each creature in that area has to make an dexterity saving throw or take 2d8 fire damage.
Jose, have you seen that footage of? It's like World War II footage of this guy using a flamethrower on a bunker.
Yes.
Can you imagine if on the other end of that is a little gnome with like a stereotypical like wizard's hat with like the stars and crap on it, and he has like goggles on?
He like snaps the goggles. I'm ready.
I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Oh man. Okay.
That same orc from earlier is just like, nope, I'm done. Just walking away.
Just not. No, that's not. That's not. This ain't my fight.
Oh man.
All right, go on.
So yeah. Anyway, so the flamethrower does 2d8 fire damage, and everything that's flammable catches on fire.
Okay.
The Force Ballista, it's a ranged spell attack, 120 feet from it. And if it hits, it's another 2d8 force damage. And then the Protector Cannon, radiates energy, burst of positive energy. That's that hippie talking from earlier. And the creatures of your choice within 10 feet of the cannon gain temporary hit points equals to 1d8 plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. So I can actually, that's actually really handy.
Yes.
Now the Force Ballista, that's not like a siege weapon or something. Like it's just like essentially like a crossbow kind of deal.
It's that one is just the regular cannon. You put the ball in it and you shoot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, after all that, I didn't go through because I jumped into the cannon. And you also get spells. You get a artillerist spells at level 3. And I'm not gonna go over them. I'm not gonna tell you which level it's 2 per level. But at level 3, shield, you get shield and thunder wave. 5, scorching ray and shatter. At 9th level, you get fireball and wind wall. At 13th level, you get ice storm and wall of fire. And at 17th level, you get cone of cold and wall of force.
This is no.
So if you want to do damage, this is what you do.
And so they get cone of cold, and then they also get a flamethrower. Okay.
At the very least, we gotta get a cold, man.
Oh.
But then ask me like what they get at level 5.
What did they get? Jose, what did they get at level 5?
Arcane firearm.
A gun. The artificer discovers the most powerful spell. A gun.
A gun. So this one
shoots the fucking lich right in the face.
The lich is just explaining his evil plan and
just fuck this. Wow. I don't have time for this crap.
What this one does, Andrew, is it can turn.
I have to go back to committing war crimes. Let's speed this up. Sorry, go on.
It turns a wand, a staff, or a rod into a firearm by drawing a glyph of power on it.
Okay.
And it does an extra D8 damage with whatever spell you cast with it.
So it's like if you have a staff and the artificer grabs it, he just takes it and cocks it, and a shotgun shell comes out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Then at level 9, they get explosive cannon.
Okay, and what does that do?
It makes your cannon more powerful.
How so?
It increases your damage rolls, the cannon's damage rolls, by 1d8.
Okay.
And as an action, you can command the cannon to detonate itself.
Okay.
And everything around it makes a dexterity saving throw or take 3d8 force damage.
No, hold on. How long does it take to make a cannon?
It's just after a long rest.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it's
you can't just pop them left and right. It's
right, but it's not like you have to like. It takes like 10 days or.
This is the alchemist experimental elixir.
Okay.
So this guy instead of that makes a cannon.
Okay.
What are you working there, Steve? What? Don't worry about it.
Let's go back to the hairy leg cannon and how it's going to and how it's going to heroically sacrifice itself to protect its master.
It's gonna run onto a bunker, kick down the door, run in there, and just blow.
I just see it running into like a whole group of orcs, and then just and the artificer's like, Harry!
You son of a bitch!
Don't be a hero.
It's not worth it. You hear the dee, and corner just kind of like rocking back and forth.
Did you know that? Did you know that walking cannon? He was my friend.
Oh man.
There's a reason why this is not in the player's handbook, because this is so off the rails.
Okay, now ask me, what do they get for their final artillerist thing?
What do they get for their final artillerist thing ability thing?
They get fortified position.
Okay.
Which now you can make 2 cannons and you can use them as cover. So everybody with around 10 feet of the cannon gets half cover.
That's actually pretty okay. That's pretty cool. You're literally making like a wall.
Yeah.
So I can get behind that.
And then you have 2 separate cannons. One could be a flamethrower, and the other could be a ballista.
Or actually, I can see this being really useful. Being like one can be one of the other ones, but another one can be the protector.
It stays around, so it gives you cover and protects, and then the other one just goes out and blows up inside of a bunker.
Meanwhile, Harry is going out. Why is this? I'm thinking this like in like World War II. Like I'm seeing orcs wearing German helmets, shooting machine guns.
For some reason, I'm imagining the same thing, but I'm imagining the opening of Saving Private Ryan when they're invading D-Day, when they're invading the Omaha Beach, and they're like, you know, like when they get on top and they're trying to like clear the bunkers. That's what I'm imagining. But instead of like the soldiers, it's just a cannon with legs.
What a fucking scene. Just the U-boat opens up and you just see a bunch of like hairy-legged cannons right into the fray. Right into the fray of belt-fed machine gun bullets.
And once it makes him all the way to the line, and then like just jumps on the barbed wire and blows up to clear the space for everybody else. Damn it, Steve!
Who the fuck would fight that?
It didn't have to be you. Snap out of it, Harry! Let's get moving.
It was supposed to be me, Sarge.
Oh God!
And there's another legged cannon that's like dying, and and like his last words are like "permission to die, Sarge," and the other one's like "permission granted," and it like salutes him.
Doesn't you have like the one without the arm or without the leg?
Fuck! Oh God!
And then like. But in the destroyer ship, like way far in the water, just all the fucking artillerists.
The destroyer ship in the background with a really big cannon.
Oh shit!
Oh God, I am so sorry for any listeners that had to endure this part.
It is late, people.
That's just a peer into the raw madness.
Oh man, yeah. So that's the artillerist.
So to wrap that up, that's the artillery.
You can make cannons. You can make them blow up. You can make them do damage and have hairy legs.
Because it didn't specify what type of legs, because it could be like fucking chicken legs.
Yep. Oh man,
I'm gonna throw up.
I'm seeing spots. Hold on. Actually, I got something in my throat. Give me a second.
Okay. Oh god! In this episode, Jose fucking dies.
The artificer was too much for him, people. Oh Jesus! Okay, that's the fun one.
Why do they have human legs? That's the scary part.
They can be whatever legs you want.
Oh yeah, I know, but it's just
they can have centipede legs. Okay,
you didn't have to make it human legs. Why did you? You were the one that like I'm talking to myself, of course.
Oh, the Andrew.
Just a bunch of
your party is just always freaked out by the cannon. It's like, why did he do that?
Just why does he have to be this way? Why couldn't we get like a wizard?
You're that weird kid who always breaks like the RC cars to like see what's
how
inside
they work.
of
Yeah. And shit. Yeah, exactly. Like gets a Game Boy for his 12th birthday, and like by the third day he's already like taking the back panel off of it and whatnot.
Oh man.
He's like computers are just rocks that we tricked into thinking.
Oh man. All right, are you ready? Are you ready to move on?
Hold on. I need to get the mental image of walking cannons with little GIL helmets on the back of them. One of them is painted "Born to Kill" on it. Okay,
and it has an ace of spades.
Yeah, it has an ace of spades and a peace sign. Oh man, this has been a gift. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, okay.
I can
Let's
do this.
move on.
All right.
So next one is the battlesmith, and you this is the one you have experience with because I said this is the one I played.
Oh yeah, this is the one where you were making a cyber reindeer.
It wasn't a cyber reindeer. It was a horse with fake antlers on top of it because I didn't know what Christmas was.
Oh, okay.
I never seen a reindeer before. Somebody just told me.
It's a horse with horns. A unicorn? Well,
well, yeah.
Yes, but no. Anyways.
So let me read the flavor on this one. Oh, okay. By the way, in the book, the artillerist is dressed like a Wild West persona, and instead of holding guns, it's holding a wand.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. So here's the flavor for the battlesmith.
Okay.
Armies require protection, and someone has to put things back together if defenses fail. A combination of protector and medic. A battlesmith is an expert at defending others and repairing both material and personnel. To aid in the works, battlesmiths are usually accompanied by a steel defender, a protective companion of their own creation. Many soldiers tell stories of nearly dying before being saved by a battlesmith and a steel defender. Battlesmiths played a key role in the House of Kenneth work. House of Kenneth's work on battle constructs and the original Warforge. And after the last war, these artificers led efforts to aid those who were injured in the war's horrific battles. Ugh, man.
So is this like a sort of like mechanical Beastmaster Ranger?
Yes, but better.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not that's a pretty low bar to set, but okay.
I know, right? The first thing, and all these, the first thing you get is a tool proficiency. In this case, you get the Smith's tools proficiency. And then you get battlesmith spells.
Okay.
For this one's level 3, you get heroism, and level 5, you get Brandon Smite and Warding Bond. Level 9, you get Aura of Vitality and Conjure Barrage. At level 13, you get Aura of Purity, and Fire Shield. And level 17, you get Banishing Smite and Mass Cure Wounds. So this one is a little bit of a hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah. Then also at level 3, you get Battle Ready, which gives you proficiency with martial weapons, and you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity. So you can hit things with your smartness.
Oh, okay. So like your melee attacks use intelligence.
Yeah, your melee. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can use martial weapons now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on, you kind of cut out there.
I was saying you can use you can use martial weapons, and you can, instead of using dexterity or strength as your modifier for the attack rolls, you use intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing at level 3 is your Steel Defender, which essentially you saw it happen, but you create a construct, and it can be excuse me, it can be any shape you want it to be, but it's going to be a medium construct, and it acts on your initiative, but it has its own movements and all that stuff, and you can repair it with mending and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Are you still like winding down from?
Yeah, from the cannon.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh shit. Let's see. So that's their main thing. So instead of the cannon, instead of the alchemist, the experimental elixirs, this time you get a Steel Defender, which is just a companion that helps you in fight. The companion is an armor class of 15. It has your hit points are equal to the Steel Defender's Constitution modifier plus your Intelligence modifier plus 5 times your level in the class.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. There's a lot going on there, but okay.
Yeah. Right. So the Defender's Constitution modifier in this case is a +2. Plus your Intelligence. Let's say that you're obviously going to put the highest, and so you start with 3. So it's 5, and then at level 3, 5 times 3 is 15. So
okay.
Yeah. One of the skills that it has is Might of the Master. It says the following number increased by 1 when your proficiency bonus increased by 1. Oh, cool. So defender skills and saving throw bonuses above the bonuses to hit and damage of its rand attack, and the number of hit points restored by its repair. So it levels you up. It levels up as you level up, essentially.
Yeah, it's not quite like a hard level up like the UA Beastmaster gets, but I can. It's okay.
And then it's vigilant, so it cannot be surprised.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. Then the actions that it has is Force Empowered Rand, which is a 1d8 plus 2 force damage, and it repairs itself. As a reaction, it can deflect an attack, so it protects you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it deflects an attack to a creature within 5 feet of the master.
Okay.
Man, excuse me.
All right, so this one's pretty neat so far. Let's lay it on me. What else has this thing got?
All right. So at level 5, you get extra attack. You get an extra action.
I'm sorry.
At level 5, you get an extra attack.
Holy shit! Is this the first time that a quote unquote spell casting class gets an extra attack?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Then at level 9, you get Arcane Jolt. Which essentially all it means is that when you hit, you add an extra. Oh, excuse me.
Do you want to take a minute?
My throat got like so itchy when I start laughing so hard. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
At level 9, you get Arcane Jolt, which when somebody hits you, you can add extra damage. I'm sorry. When you hit, you can add extra damage, or you can heal a creature within 30 feet of the target that you hit. The damage is two extra d6s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you do a spell attack or in this case a martial weapon attack, you can add an extra 2d6. Or you can choose a creature. Actually, it doesn't say or. You can also. You do only one of the following effects. So you can do 2d6 extra force damage, or you can heal a creature around you for 2d6 healing when you hit.
So you hit an enemy so hard, it heals one of your friends.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to confuse you. No, you because of the arcane jolt. So the flavor is you learn new ways to channel the arcane energy to harm or to heal. Mm-hmm. So when you hit a target, you can do an extra 2d6 force damage, or you can hit the target and then heal somebody around you for 2d6 hit points.
Yeah, that's what I said. You hit someone so hard that you heal somebody else.
Yeah, essentially.
Like that guy takes a look. It's like, oh, it's not so bad.
Well, gotta do some good with your damage. You gotta pay it forward.
This arrow in my chest doesn't seem that bad anymore.
And then at level 15, you get improved defender. There's extra damage for your arcane jolt. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, improved defender. Your arcane jolt and your steel defender become more powerful. So you get an extra. Your healing and your arcane jolt is increased to 4d6s of damage.
Wow.
Yeah. And then your steel defender gains that +2 bonus to your armor class. And whenever the steel defender uses the deflect attack, it deals an extra 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier of damage.
Now, granted, at 5th level, well, I mean, at 5th level, that's 15th. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I don't know why I said 5th. At 15th level, 66 healing is. I mean, it's obviously not going to bring anybody back to full, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, it can help.
Oh yeah, that could definitely put someone back in the fight.
Most definitely, yeah. But yeah, that's actually. Did I miss? I feel like I missed. But yeah, that's the Battlesmith. Maybe I think because the cannon was so fucking insane.
It really was.
It overshadowed the Battlesmith. The Battlesmith is essentially you're going in and running around the battlefield with your steel defender, and you are trying to pull aggro. And if anybody goes down, you're trying to bring him back up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. The main damage dealer here is obviously the artillerist.
I think the main choice for a lot of people is going to be the artillerist. I mean, that's just too wacky to not play as. That's true. I think the reason why I picked the Battlesmith was because of the steel defender. It was too perfect not to make it into a makeshift reindeer for the Christmas special. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed playing it. I think we played just one level, so it was fine.
I can't get over that fucking cannon thing. That.
Yes.
If I ever play an artificer, I feel so fucking sorry for the group that I'm playing in.
Everybody's gonna be so disturbed.
They're gonna be like, don't do the fucking human leg thing. I'm gonna do the human leg thing.
Yep. So that's the Artificer, my friend. What do you think?
I think it was a mistake.
It's a fun class. I think it's a fun class. It steps a little bit away from the classic Magic and it gives a little bit of flavor to, just the makeshift creationist that just happens to hit Magic.
It is definitely a sharp left turn to like traditional spell casting.
Yeah.
Where it's I mean, the fact that you can have a melee focused intelligence based class is kind of mind boggling, to be honest with you.
Well, to be precise, the only melee focus. Oh wait, actually, because I don't think I didn't go over.
I was referring to the Battlesmith.
The defender. The Battlesmith. Yeah. Because hold on, I didn't go over that bit. You only have proficiency with simple weapons.
As an
artificer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Your saving throws are Constitution and intelligence.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, I can see this is like the age old what is intelligence and what's wisdom. Like intelligence is knowing like a tomato is a fruit. Right. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad, kind of a thing. Yeah. So. All right. Yeah, I'm digging this.
Obviously, I was going to ask you which subclass would you play, but obviously it's going to be the artillerist.
Yeah, I honestly, as much as I hate to say it, the alchemist to me, it feels like the least of the three.
Yeah.
Like the artillerist just sounds like chaos, and the battlesmith sounds fun, but the alchemist is just a little too esoteric for my taste.
I feel like unless you're gonna go really hard on the plan, the alchemist wouldn't really work for a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like it's because all that stuff like I like to refer to it as it's just textbook. Like, yes, the first 2 sessions, I'm like, oh, I make this walkie potion, blah. Right? But then, like, it's just gonna be like, oh, here, you get like 5 sessions in, you're gonna be like, oh, you get an extra 5. I used this ability. You know, you're not gonna be role playing the whole way through it, which is what makes that specific subclass the best. But artillerists, you can go back and forth because you're still gonna be have a lot of fun, you know, destroying things. But you don't have to role play the whole like, oh, it has legs every time to make it fun.
I mean, you don't have to, but
but you will.
Playing as an artillerist is like that one scene in Gravity Falls where Mabel has like the fireworks, and she's like, "I'm the god of destruction."
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man.
Okay, so on our list, where would you rank the Artificer?
I don't know. I don't even remember where I put it.
We didn't really put it anywhere because I didn't know what
you put it. You put it right in the middle. I will put it above. I think I will still leave it towards the middle. Really.
You think so?
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit above the middle, but definitely not like top 3 or top 4. Definitely not like bottom tier either.
No,
because it's still very helpful. So I think somewhere right around the middle of the list is where I would put it. I can't pick a number because I can't remember exactly where. But I don't think it's moved too much for me. I don't know. I don't know for you because you truly are the one.
I'm what?
I said you're truly the one that didn't know much about it.
I would. Hold on. Let me look at what my list was. Because I want to say I want to put this around, not at, but probably around where the bard was. Yeah, I would probably put it like just below the bard.
Okay.
Or maybe even above that. Maybe. That's a big maybe, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, for me, it hasn't changed much. I enjoy the. Oh, here's the in front of me. You put it number 7. I put it. Yeah, I put it number 6, just above yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I will move it actually.
Okay.
Think about it. Yeah.
So it's.
I'm happy where it's at. It's not something that I gravitate towards. You know, it's not like a class that I'm like, yeah, I want to play that. Specifically because when I think of Dungeons and Dragons, I really the classic Dungeons and Dragons, and this one breaks away a little bit from it. And
I think with like a lot of what I'm like going through in terms of Dungeons and Dragons, I kind of want a bit more vanilla.
Right. Know? Yeah. So. You can tell me about that. And exactly, like, so like for me, yeah, if I wanted to play something along these lines, I will go a little bit more into like Starfinder, you know, Cyberpunk.
Ooh.
You know, like start leaning more towards those kind of RPGs.
Ooh, are we gonna talk about Starfinder sometime?
Man, I'm down, dude. maybe we can convince our listeners, which is our group, to play with us. Play with me, please.
No. They're gonna play.
The two main DMs are definitely gonna run a Starfinder.
Just pull the rug out from them. Yeah, it's gonna be like a normal D&D campaign. Psych. No, after we finish with Barovia, we just get pulled into like Starfinder. Yeah. Castle Ravenloft's a spaceship.
Whoa, dude. Here's your new character sheets.
This thing is leaving the stratosphere, or should I say the stratosphere?
Yeah!
Space.
Yeah, I mean that's the end of this episode.
Oh man,
I would definitely like to see an illustration of Canon with Lex.
This episode has not stopped the entire time we've been recording it. From like the word go, this thing has been a thrashing wild creation.
Yeah. Somebody had the brilliant idea of like messing with the technical stuff.
Computers, yay!
Oh my god!
Just update the drivers. What could go wrong? Literally everything.
Everything. Oh man. But yeah, thank you all for listening to our beautiful voices.
I'm sorry.
Andrew's losing his mind. But I was able to bring their artificer. But I was able to bring the artificer. Oh my god!
I feel like this is able to. Sorry. I was just gonna say, I feel like this is a good headspace to be like for an artificer, like,
yeah,
like just a couple of degrees of completely losing your mind.
Hey, it's very thematic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just got really prepared for this episode.
We got in the mindset.
Can you imagine an artificer like right before going into combat? It's like I just gotta fucking. Why is there a software update on my cannon?
I swear I unplugged it and plugged it back in like 3 times.
Just give me like 5 minutes.
You turn around and he's talking on a sending stone to technical support. I already restarted it.
It's like okay, Eldritch Cannon, fire, and then like the little circle loading thing shows up. Like, oh my fucking!
The drivers are not being recognized by the software.
It's full of bloatware. Who put McAfee on this fucking thing?
Oh man. Well, yes. Thank you for joining us another week. I hope you enjoyed our episode, and stay tuned.
I swear to God, if you tell me to turn this cannon off and turn it back on, I will dimension door over there.
Thank you for listening to us. Make sure to leave a comment and rate us. Make sure to join us on Twitch. I don't have
the receipt for it. I'm just...
Make sure to join us on Twitch for our live gameplays. We're playing Curse Stride was about to end. We may die or we may not. I'm gonna say bye. I don't think Andrew is in the mindset to say bye.
This session might end prematurely just because I'm gonna be like in the crazy house by the end of it.
All right, thank you for joining us. You guys have a good. Stay safe and stay inside.
What the fuck is a serial number?